people's constantly asking me, well, listen, I exaggerate, not constantly asking me, because not too many people watch these videos, but I get a few questions. And one of them or two of them has noticed me saying that I don't like to use edge weights. And they've told me that they think they're wonderful things, and why don't I like them? Now, let me say up front, do not get me wrong. Edge weights are a wonderful thing, and sometimes you can't get by without them. I just try not to use them whenever necessary because I have had weights cause me topology problems. That's not to say they ain't needed, ain't necessary, or anything like that. So let me try to demonstrate why I prefer edge loops and stuff to edge weighting in the instances that you don't have to use an edge weight, because sometimes that's going to be your only solution. So let's go in here to this cube here. We just got a cube. Now I'm going to select these edges right here. So I'm going to go to my edge mode, and I'm going to select these edges right here. Okay, then I'm going to go to vertex map. Well, first of all, let me show you what happens when I turn this into sub D mode. Okay, you see what happens there? We get a ball. So let's go back out. Now let's add an edge weight to this edge here. Go up to vertex map, edge weight tool. I'm going to give it an edge weight of about 200%. I can hit it in over here, or I can click and drag. You know, so I'm going to set it to about 200%. Now you see, after I set that edge weight, when I go into sub D mode, we're not got a complete circle now. It's weighted that edge, and now it's flat, as you can see. Okay, now you can halfway accomplish this same thing, okay, by using edge slices and bevels. So let me demonstrate that. I'm going to select this polygon. I'll go to mesh edit. The first thing I'll do is bevel this edge in, like so. Now, as you can see, when I go to sub D mode, we're getting that flat edge, but we're not quite getting it as sharp as it did with the edge weight, okay? So there's a couple things you can do. You can go in and you can cut up your mesh by adding some loop slices. I'll add 2 with the mode of, we'll say, symmetry. And when I do that, now you can see I'm getting the same result as I did with my edge weight, but it looks like I've got a much cleaner edge. It's just as sharp, but it's a lot cleaner. With the sacrifice of my geometry, as you can see, I've got a lot more geometry now than I do in this cube, where it's got a lot sharper an edge, not as clean of an edge, but I don't have all that geometry either. So edge weights, you know, as you can highlight here, you can see the difference. You know, and you can see where some edge weights will be needed and sometimes loop slices will be needed. Let me give you another demonstration. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this loop here. And I'm going to add an edge weight to it. Vertex map, edge weight. I'll make it 200%. And you can see what happened there. And if I change the weight of the edge, I can turn it down there. You can see it's nice when we flatten that edge out. We get a nice cylinder there. But when we bring the edge weight back, we're getting some geometry problems. Okay? You can see there. And that's what I'm talking about, edge weight sometimes causing geometry problems. So let's go over here and let's add some edge slices to some loop slices to this. Now, as you can see, I'm getting that cylinder, but I ain't getting no screwed up geometry. And I can make that as tight as I want by continuing to add loop slices. And as you can see now, I've got that same cylinder and my geometry isn't screwed to pooch like it is here where I used edge weights. Okay? And then you can go in and you can bevel your edges on this even, okay? And you can on this too. So there you can see the differences between edge weights and loop slices, and you can see why sometimes edge weights are necessary and sometimes you want to avoid them. So there you go, a quick rundown of edge weights, why I like them and why I don't like them. Thanks for watching, guys.